Alright, today we're going to talk about distance and midpoint formulas. There's two different formulas that give you information about line or line segments. Alright, if you have a line segment on a graph, you can find its distance. This is based off its formula right here. D is equal to the square root of x squared, or x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Alright, this is based off of Pythagorean theorem. You can find how far something is by taking its distance from here to here and its distance from here to here, squaring them, adding them together and taking the square root of them, and you find that distance. So it's using Pythagorean theorem to find the distance of a line segment on a graph. So you take x2 minus x1, this point minus this one, you square it. You take this point minus this one, you square it, add those two together, and you take square root, and it tells you how far it is. So write this down. So now you know 2 points on a graph, and you find that distance. So using distance formula, which D is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Right? And it doesn't matter which one's x1 and y1 and which one's x2 and y2. Your choice. I'm going to go x2, y2, and x1, y1. And then plug in my numbers. So 5 minus 1 squared plus 3 minus negative 2 squared. 5 minus 1 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I got 16 plus 25. What is 16 plus 25? 41. It is 41. So the square root of 41, which if it tells you to work it out with a calculator and solve it in their tenth, then you would do it. If not, you could leave it as a square root of 41. But if you did work it out, it'd tell you it's 6.4 units, or about. So plug them into our formula. So I'm going to go, again, it don't matter. I'm going to go x2, y2, x1, y1. I would write the points and label them, and then plug them into the formula so you don't get confused and you don't mess them up. So the square root, which D is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1, which y1 is negative 8, squared. Right. Negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. So I've got negative 2 squared here. I've got 6 squared here. What's negative 2 times negative 2? 4. What is 6 times 6? 36. So that gives me the square root of 40, right, which you could work out a calculator, but the book's actually letting you leave them in a simplified radical expression. Right, which this isn't simplified. There's something I could do to it. I could split it up into 4 and 10. What's square root of 4? 2. So the simplified radical expression for your answer would be 2 square root of 10. Alright, we're going to talk about midpoint formula now. Midpoint formula is a formula that helps you find the midpoint. The midpoint would be a point in the middle of a line segment. So if you've got 2 points on a line and you want to find the point that's directly in the middle, that's equal distance from both those points, you use this formula, which is x1 plus x2 over 2, and it's y1 plus y2 over 2. So you add the 2 x coordinates, add the 2 y coordinates, divide them both by 2, and it tells you what coordinate is right in the middle. Any questions? So when you find the coordinates of the midpoint, of a segment with these endpoints right here. So midpoint formula M is x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. Right. Make sure that you add on here. Okay, it's different. Usually, any formula we know, we always subtract the x's and the y's, but not on this. You add. Again, make sure you label your coordinates just so you don't get them confused, and switch them up. If you switch them up, it doesn't cause as much problems as it does on some of the other formulas, but you always want to keep them straight. X1 is -1 plus x2, which is 3, over 2. X1 is -2 plus y2, which is -4, and we'll put that over 2. What is -1 plus 3? 2. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. What's -2 plus -4? -6. What's -6 divided by 2? So there's my midpoint, 1, -3. Alright, so to find a midpoint between these 2 points, I add the x's, I add the y's, and we divide them by 2. So 12 plus -8 over 2, and 3 plus 3 over 2. 12 plus -8 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So my answer is 2, 3. Here's your homework assignment for today.